Good morning, everybody. God bless you guys. Hope you guys are having a good morning. We're going to jump right back into it. We don't have much farther to go in the Beatitudes, so we'll try and finish this right now. So let's get to it. Look, we've got another day that Jesus blessed us with. So don't waste these days, guys. Don't waste these days at all. When you wake up, you've been given another opportunity to make things right. And we've all got this eternal responsibility to get it right. I know that we all screw up every single day, but take heart, guys. I mean, Jesus conquered the world, dude. He's God. And he's so loving, gracious, kind, and merciful that he gives us these opportunities every day that we wake up. So don't ever forget that, and try to live like this. This is God's will, the Beatitudes. It's God's will for you on an individual basis. But don't ever forget that. Ask, seek, and knock. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives. The one who seeks finds. So if you're seeking Jesus, you're going to find him. If you're not seeking Jesus, well, are you really going to find him? What, are you going to blame God for all the crap in your life? You know what I mean? It's so simple. I'll get into what I was just going to say later. And to the one who knocks, the door will be open. So bro, just knock on the door, dude. Jesus, I have never heard of you before. Now I have. Lord, please give me something. I'm knocking. I need to see you. Do something. Which of you, if your son asks for bread, will give him a stone? What, you got a cold heart? What, are you not going to help your brother with bread? You know, I hear these people on social media, more YouTube. I'm not on Instagram and none of that crap. I don't do that stuff, man. I see these preppers. I'm not feeding anybody if they come to my house. Yeah, you know what? We have extra food, so we do help others. Because the world's turning into a nasty place right now. So are you going to give your neighbor a stone? Or are you going to give him some bread that you have plenty of? Or if he asks for a fish, we'll give him a snake. If you, then though you are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good gifts to those who ask him? So in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you. For this sums up the law and the prophets. Wow, how simple is that one? Be kind to others and people will be kind to you. If you're running around going, man, people they're just mean, man. Well, what are you doing to people? Are you going to church and treating people like crap? Are you thinking things of others? Because don't forget too, man, just because you're not saying it out loud, if you're saying it in your head, under your breath, you think people are going to be cool with you? If you're giving people stones, you're going to get a stone, dude. If you're giving people crap, you're going to get crap. The narrow and wide gates, even through the narrow gate, enter through the narrow gate, For wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. Yeah, you see them, droves of people on the freeway, just driving to destruction on their phone. You're wondering, how do they drive and are not dead yet because they stare at their phone? It's just madness, dude. See, I see this every day. Every time my woman and I leave the house, we're like, great, Lord Jesus Christ, please forgive us and bless us and have mercy upon us as we go out into the world, because all of these people, most of them, are just dead behind the wheel, staring at their phones, not caring. Because that's what's going on, dude. What? I got to say it out loud or what? When people, I know I'm on fire today, dude, because I'm sick and tired of the world going in the direction that it's going. And it's like, we got to pay for it. Yeah. Do we lay it down at Jesus' feet? Yeah, of course we do. But we still, when we're human beings, dude, when we look around and see all these people staring at their phone, driving right behind us, we got to keep a close eye on the people behind us. They're heading to destruction while we're trying our best to ask the Lord to have mercy on our poor souls. But small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. Yeah, I'll tell you what, dude, if you're going to be one of these people who think that that sentence is full of crap, you got some big problems, pal. You got some big problems, because there's only one God. What, you think you were created out of dirt by the earth, by a stupid meteor? Okay, Darwin. Sure, maybe you should do some research on the round table back in the 1600s. Oh, maybe we should do a session on that. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. I'll get into the round table. I'm not afraid, dude. I'm not afraid of these wicked, nasty people all over the world who think they run the world with their financial system, which is the mark of the beast. Sorry, guys. True and false prophets. Watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. Ooh. Oh, you see them in the Protestant churches all the time, man. I've experienced it. That's why I went to Orthodoxy, dude. Part of the reason. And I'm not into going to concerts when I go to church. I want to worship Jesus Christ. Why are you there? To listen to music? What, so you can cry in the crowd, like with all the other people? I'm crying the music. Bro, that's straight from Satan. Oh, heaven help us. By their fruit you will recognize them. Yeah. Do people pick grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? Likewise, every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. What do our politicians do? Yeah, so all you guys worshiping politicians, oh, look what Trump's doing. You know, dude, who cares? The guy's a jack. Look at him, dude. What fruit are you possibly bearing to the world? Nothing. You're bearing no fruit. If anything, it's rotten and it's falling right to the ground and rotting and molding right away. Once you touch it, it falls apart. I need fruit. I want fruit that is luscious and plump and great. And oh my gosh, just a healthy apple, banana. You know what I'm saying? But a bad tree bears bad fruit. Whoa, what? Look at politicians, dude, all over the place. Every government around the world, especially the one that's blue and white. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, and a bad tree cannot bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Oh, dude. Let me repeat that one. Did you hear it? Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Are you one of them? Because I'll tell you right now, bro, if you're not bearing good fruit, and I'm not trying to yell at you, I'm just on fire. And it's okay to be on fire, bro. It's okay to be different a little bit every day. If you see the world going the way that it's going and you're frustrated, of course, yeah, lay the problems down at Christ's feet. On the other hand, you still got to deal with this. Thus, by their fruit, you will recognize them. See, you know when you've been lied to, the truth comes out. Look at the government. Look at the politicians who say they run because they're on the side of God. What God exactly? True and false disciples, you're going to love this one. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father, which is in this Beatitudes. And if you're not listening and paying attention, open up the book, Matthew chapter 7, Matthew chapter 5, the beginning of the Beatitudes. This is his will for you in your life. And there's no arguing it. It's the way that it is. But only the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. The will of my Father. The will. Many will say to me on that day, when you're judged, listen to what he's saying. This is God speaking. Many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, we did not prophesy in your name, and in your name drive out demons, and in your name perform many miracles. Then I will tell you them plainly, I never knew you. Away from me, you evildoers, because they weren't doing the will of God. Look, I pray for every single one of you that you do the will of God that he has for you in your life. It's not God's will that all this stuff is going on in the world. It's we have free will to do these things. It's not God's will that some dude goes into a church and starts blasting everybody with an AR. It's not God's will. So you blame God for what? For your shortcomings? He gave you free will. Then I will tell them plainly, I never knew you. Away from me. See, when you're separated from Christ, so you die physically, you're dead, then you go to the afterlife, you're judged. The separation from God is the second death. The second death. So you'll die again spiritually, and your spirit is away from God. That's separation from Christ. What, you really want that? Is it worth going out and living in this stupid world, living like that? Living like crap, bearing no good fruit. What do you have to offer? What do you have to offer? Leave it in the comments. What? You got nothing? Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. Where are you building your house? Unbelievable. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house. Yet it did not fall, because it had its foundation on the rock. But everyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on sand. Could it be any more plain and clear? The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it fell with a great crash. When Jesus had finished saying these things, the crowds were amazed at his teaching, because he taught as one who had authority and not as their teachers of the law. Yeah, because no one spoke like Jesus Christ. If you even try to repeat the words that God said under the veil of a human being, a regular person, dude, it just doesn't even sound right. It's when Jesus Christ speaks these words, of course people are amazed. I'm still amazed at every time I read the Beatitudes. We're finished with it. We're finished with it. You know what? Here, I'm just gonna read this, the beginning of chapter 8, and then I'll let you guys go. I know the attention span in this world is about 2 minutes. No offense to people who can't listen and pay attention. When Jesus came down from the mountainside, large crowds followed him. A man with leprosy came and knelt before him and said, Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean. Jesus reached out his hand and touched the man. I am willing, he said, and that goes for all of you. He is willing all the time, every day, every single minute. It's his will he has for you. He wants this for you. But you're just going to run around and pretend it doesn't exist and dye your hair pink and, freaking paint your car different colors and wave a rainbow flag like you're somebody, special. I am willing, he said, be clean. That's how easy it is. Immediately, he was cleansed of his leprosy. Then Jesus said to him, see that you don't tell anyone, but go show yourself and to the priest and offer the gift Moses commanded as a testimony to them. See, he didn't want to be recognized because it was not his time yet to fulfill his Father's will. Ladies and gentlemen, his will for you is to come to him. What's the problem? Just come to him. We all struggle, dude. We all have a hard time, of course. But like I said before, take heart. He overcame the world, so you will. Look, I know it's hard sometimes, and we all fall short, including myself. Trust me, guys, I'm right here with you, going through this life. I'm trying so hard to do his will, but we need to study on it and meditate on it and look at ourselves in the mirror and say, hey, D, what are you not doing in God's will in the Beatitudes and other parts of the Bible? What do you need to fix to do his will? See, Jesus did the will of his Father, and we need to do the will that he has for us, which is what we just read in the Beatitudes. Now, you guys, please, in the comments, if you could, what do you want to go over in the Bible? What is it? Because I can go over it. This channel's for you guys, man, and this is part of my ministry. I want to do what's right, and I'm really trying hard. So if you guys want to hear something, want me to go over something, dude, leave it in the comments. I'm out of here. God bless you guys. Have a great day.